Hello and welcome into the first edition of the Coaches Show. I'm Nick Merrick, joined alongside assistant coach Jeff Potter of the NAHL Lone Star Brahmas. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Nick?
Doing well. Team off to a pretty good start in October. Have picking up a point in all 4 games they've played thus far this month. What's been the reason for this hot start?
I think, we've kind of picked up our details of our game. Every guys are picking up the systems, getting more comfortable with each other, getting more comfortable with what the staff wants. And the credit to our guys are moving the ball forward down the field with those kind of plays. And I think it's showing up in the results for us as a team.
Well, this team that's kind of trampolined up the leaderboard, too, in the Southern Division standings because of picking up those 6 points this past weekend. More than that, the 7 points this past 2 weekends. What has it just been because they've bought into that system? Is it something that maybe the team's kind of bonded more since the beginning of the year and they're kind of understanding their own game plays?
I think that's some of it. Yeah, we obviously, it takes time for a team to gel. You know what I mean? I think we've kind of clicked offensively a little more in the last 3 games, especially than we had in the previous 4 or 5. And certainly we got some goal scoring from more people, different people. Obviously, some of our individuals have been recognized lately for some of that. But I think it's been an all-around team effort. We haven't given up a ton of goals either. I think it's been, we gave up 3 goals once a couple weeks ago. And other than that, it's been 2 goals or less most nights. And if you do that too, you're going to put yourself in a pretty good position most nights. So
well, I think the fans will agree too. Came out to the NYTEX Sports Center for the home opening weekend. They saw a full team effort from everybody throughout the entire roster. But obviously, you mentioned the individual accolades, and we got to jump into it. I mean, Sebastian Vidmar, your forward, getting 2 straight Southern Division Player of the Weeks. This is a team that, as a Brahma last year, nobody even got that feat once, not to mention 2 in a row from Vidmar for his outstanding performance. So, what's that like from a coach to see just an individual kind of rise to the occasion and take leadership on the ice?
It's been great. I mean, Sebastian got here last year and I think was kind of finding his way in the North American game. He'd been a prolific scorer in Sweden in the Super Elite, and I think we're seeing that. He's learned over the last 8 months to a year how to score here in North America, how to translate his skills to this game. And it is a little bit different. It's a smaller rink, obviously, and I think a lot of the foreign guys come over here, and some quicker than others find their way, and he certainly has found his way in a big way here in the last 2 weeks. I mean, really pacing the division and even the league as far as scoring. And, I think it's great for him. It's great for our team, obviously. And, I think there's good things ahead for Sebastian as well, personally.
And taking 3 points against Wichita Falls 2 weekends ago, last weekend sweeping Corpus Christi. Those are 2 teams currently ahead of you guys in the standings. But now you're playing a team that's dead last in Amarillo Bulls, fresh off a 9-1 loss against Wichita Falls. How do you not get complacent on the ice?
Well, the first thing we as a staff have to realize, and we were kind of in the situation last year that maybe Amarillo is that anyone can win any game in this league. And if you think you're going to go into, and Amarillo's a tough building to play in, no matter what their record is, and if you think we're going to go in there and just show up and win, we're mistaken. So it's a constant reminder as a staff, reminding the players that, hey, we can't get away from what gave us success. We have to keep doing those things, and if we don't do those things, you're not going to have success. So we have to. It's just a constant reminder, and with the players and those kind of things, and hopefully we're ready to go Friday night.
Well, let me touch on that a little bit. You said, this is kind of, you're in the same situation that Amarillo was in. This is the first full off season that this program's had in the NAHL since joining. Is that make it a lot easier just knowing that you have the full off season to worry about rather than trying to scramble last minute to get the team ready and you had nobody to bring back. Now all of a sudden you can put tenders out the players, and you mentioned bringing back Sebastian Vidmar. So has it been easier, among others, obviously, has it been easier as a coach to ease into this 2014 season?
Well, certainly when you have a full offseason to recruit, like as you said last year, I think we had about 3 weeks to put a team on the ice. And, unfortunately that affected us on the ice, I think. But, we've had a full offseason to recruit and obviously developed some of our own guys last year that are coming back, that are playing well, like Sebastian. And, that's kind of how the process normally works. Like last year, the way we started is not normal, so to speak, And, now that we've had that full offseason, I think we're starting to see some of those results on the ice.
Well, everybody's certainly circling Lone Star Brahmas now on their calendars, especially after the great last 2 weekends and really proving a point in the Southern standings. But it goes down to defense and goaltending as well. I mean, here's a team last year that was cycling through numerous amounts of goaltenders. Now you have almost the best 1-2 punch arguably in the league. What's it been like having TJ Black and Jake Kupski on hand?
Terrific. I mean, obviously, TJ was a guy that was fantastic for us and made a huge difference for us in the second half of the year last year. And, we obviously have a young guy in Jake Kupski who's stepped in and has certainly been up to the challenge so far. And, it gives your team a lot of confidence, And, we did go through some goaltenders last year at the beginning of the year. And, obviously, we ended up with TJ. We're happy with that. But it certainly, like I said, gives your team a lot of confidence, that, hey, if we do make a mistake, hopefully we know our goalie more times than not is going to be there to bail us out, and it allows you to play with more confidence on the offensive side of the puck for those players as well.
And now getting a full month with this team, how would you say you define them?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think we're just a very sound, fundamental team. You know what I mean? And I'm sure Dan would tell you the same thing, that's something we would always like to be known as a staff, is that we can play defense. And, a lot of times if you play good defense, and we have some skill guys that we do have here now, that great defense will end up turning itself into offense, And when you consistently do those things like we have been over the last couple of weeks, like I said, you see results in the win column. So,
what's the expectation then for this weekend?
Just be ready on Friday night. You know what I mean? Like I said, obviously Amarillo got their noses rubbed in it last week, and I'm sure their staff is amped up and their players are amped up to come out and try to run us out of the building early on. They want to make a statement too. Everyone's playing for keeps here, and it's up to us to be ready for the challenge Friday night.
All right, what's on the line is a 5-game point streak for the Lone Star Brahmas. We're going to take a break on the Coaches Show, joined alongside Jeff Potter. Be sure to check out fasthockey.com this weekend, 7:05 start, both games Friday and Saturday night. Also, be sure to sign up. Check the website, LoneStarBrahmas.com, for full details on the Brahmas Annual Golf Invitational. We're going to take a break and come back with the Players Spotlight.
All of your Brahmas action can be viewed live and on demand at fasthockey.com. Simply create an account, buy game credits, and watch your Lone Star Brahmas live.
For gourmet pizza and Italian cuisine, call Zaroma's Bar and Grill. Zaroma's only uses the freshest ingredients. Located inside the NITEC Sports Center, Zaroma is your one-stop shop for food, friends, and Lone Star Brahmas watching parties. Visit www.zaroma.net for menu, directions, and delivery information.
Hello, welcome back to the Coaches Show. Here in the Players Spotlight, I'm Nick Merrick, joined alongside Sebastian Vidmar. And Sebastian, team's off a huge start to this October month already, picking up 7 points in the last 4 games. You're obviously a big reason for it. So heading into this Amarillo weekend, what's it been like picking up those 4 big games in October to start the month off?
Oh, it's been huge. It's really just our team working hard and getting what we deserve, seeing as our goaltenders are playing unreal, we managing to capitalize on our chances forward, and it works out in the end, and we're just gonna keep working hard and with that intensity going into this week, and then we'll see where that leads us.
And being one of the handful of returners from last season, have you felt like this team's had more time to prepare and you've kind of have gelled more because you've been around these guys longer and kind of everybody's buying into the game plan?
Yeah, exactly. That's part of it. Buying into different roles, buying into the systems that coach set up for us, and in the end, it's that's what works in the long run.
What's practice been like this week preparing for Amarillo?
Hasn't really been that special. We still work hard. We still know that it's early in the season. We still know that we can't just be satisfied here with this winning streak, and just it's normal. We keep going. We keep working hard.
You bring up an interesting point there, because here's coming into this season, obviously the standings kind of alter until we find the identities of the teams. You played Corpus Christi. They're currently above the Brahmas in the standings. You swept them. You played the Wichita Fall Wildcats. They're at second in the South, and you won that series. But now you're playing an Amarillo team who's technically below you, but doesn't seem to matter for the team.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We can't look at the team by the standings this early in the season. Definitely Amarillo's been on a kind of losing streak, losing big now. This last game just means they're gonna be more than fired up for the next game, and we can't downgrade them anyhow by looking at where they stand in the league.
And I have to ask you, because the fans would kill me. 2 straight weeks, Player of the Week for you. When you came out 4 goals in both weekends. Talk me through what you're feeling.
I don't know. Like it's a great bonus to get. Like it's unreal, but I really don't want it to take any light off what the team's been doing, because it's like it's not like the wins are because of me. Like it's just a bonus for like being being in front of the net at certain times. Like it's the pucks bounced really good for me this past weeks. So
I understand. It's definitely a team setting you up, and
Yeah.
you're just enjoying it while you can.
Yeah.
But here's one thing that's kind of interesting stat. Out of those 4 goals last weekend, not only did you get 2 game winners, but coaches relied on you both on the penalty kill and on the power play. So you scored on 5-on-5, you scored a power play goal, you scored a shorthanded goal, and you scored a game-winning goal. So you scored in almost every possible situation. I mean, is this just where, you're just comfortable playing on the ice with pretty much everybody in all those situations?
Yeah, like you go out there, you don't. I didn't even actually know that. That's pretty fun. But yeah, no, it's like you can play with anyone in this team, and they will help you like tremendously. It's unreal.
How do you feel the communication's been through your line, which has been pretty solid so far with Pat Egan and Roman Yuchin? However, we've seen it change a little bit just to get different lines and different looks for other teams. Have you kind of been confident with those two?
The two really good players. They find you like in the harder spots. You don't really know, like you're surprised every single time you get the puck in a certain. It can be like you would like they will never pass you the puck in this situation, and you get the puck in your stick. It's sick, yeah.
And all right, now going off the ice and taking a little bit about the player profile stuff and how this team's really bonding. Every Tuesday night's a team bonding activity, right? So what'd you guys do this past week?
Oh, this Tuesday I was gone. Went home because I was so tired. But we always go to the movies otherwise on Tuesdays.
Did they see they go to Gone Girl this weekend?
They did.
Or this week?
They did.
Yeah, so some players getting some wake-up call there. A couple didn't want to go, I know. I talked with Liam earlier. But now in the locker room, too, you actually made the warm-up mix for the pregame warm-ups. That's a soundtrack that you put together. And from basically talking to everybody, you're pretty much the DJ in that locker room. So what's it like, should I be calling you DJ Vidmar?
That has been said, actually. So no, but game days I manage the music. Game days I just put my house in there and like almost blew those speakers. But practices, it's more like down low, a little bit country,
right.
Which
Not a country guy.
But yeah, on game days I manage the music before the game to get everyone pumped up.
So Swedish house music, what's that like in the locker room?
Swedish house mafia music or Swedish house music overall, like it's, I don't know, people seem to get like, you can see people like it when they do like
good head bob.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know, I get so pumped from it, and I hope others get too. Like that's what I've been hearing.
So is that going to kind of translate to maybe a little hobby and future career if you go off to college, pick up some music?
I don't know, maybe. No, definitely. It's kind of the other side of an athletic career, like going out and just being at parties and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe.
And you spoke to me earlier too about one of the weirdest things you've seen in Dallas so far has been the clothing, and here you come wearing a nice polo. I'm actually enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Talk to me about the differences you've seen already between American style clothing and European style clothing, because I know you said to me and you were kind of fascinated by the culture.
Yeah, well, you can tell Liam Sturzinger walked into the ring today with short shorts, or not really short, but camo shorts, and he had camo shoes, and he had some white socks almost halfway up to the knee, and like, I don't know, I've never seen that before in Sweden, but apparently here it's okay and not even frowned upon. But in Sweden that would not work. We're
already calling out Liam. Look at this.
Yeah. Well, no, it's good. Liam, I've been working with Liam, trying to help him out a
Pal
bit.
around.
Yeah. Well, no. Actually, no. The clothing is, I don't know. It's just personal preference for me. I'm grown up with Swedish culture, like when it comes to clothing, and I guess they have been grown up like here.
Right,
So
right. It's going to carry on through your life.
Exactly.
And then kind of going back to before the Brahma days, when you played for the Super Elite League in Sweden, you were actually alternate captain for your team last year before you came to the NAHL. What was that year like as a transition for you? How'd you grow from that experience, from being a captain?
From being a captain, the year I was a captain in Sweden was I played for, it was like the same I played for that team almost my whole life. I played for that coach for like 3 years, and I really knew the organization and everything, and it really helped me. Like the new guys that came that year really helped me like bring them into the team, and like it just became easy, like being that pillar in the locker room and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's that leadership role is I guess it's stuck onto me a little bit by that experience that year. Yeah,
It certainly helped you hear it. I mean, I see just as the players walk in every day, everybody's has a smiling face on and kind of jokes around before they get to the locker room. Do you feel like that lighthearted energy has kind of helped carry this team for the first part of the season?
Yeah, definitely. You should always walk into the rink with a smile on your face. It helps a lot. Cheer guys up, and like whatever situation you're in, you can always bounce back by the support by the group.
Well, fans will certainly be hoping for 2 more victories and 4 points for the Brahmas this weekend. Amarillo Bulls, the site of this weekend's game, Friday and Saturday. Check them out on Fast Hockey, 7:05 p.m. start time Central. You could tune into that on fasthockey.com. But for everybody on the show, Coach Potter and Sebastian Vidmar, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys back out in the rink.